Hello everyone, it's Daryl. How you guys doing today? It's been a cloudy, rainy day all day. We had some torrential rains overnight, and there's actually some flooding and washed out roads just a few miles north and west of our location. But anyway, it's starting to dry up a little bit, and I was able to get to Lincoln up on the sidewalk here. So we're going to go ahead and try and replace this air conditioning compressor today. Late last fall, it started squealing and making noise. And then finally, the pulley locked up on the old one. Here we go, like there. The pulley's supposed to turn nice and easy. And the pulley got all hard and locked up. And this part here overheated and started getting really hot. And the little rubber washers even melted out on this. It was quite a mess. But anyway, what we're going to replace this air compressor. Hopefully it'll work. We kept the car running by bypassing the belt and putting on a shorter belt. We had to change one of the idler pulleys to make it work to a smaller size, so we're gonna have to do a little adjustment to get the original belt back on. And actually, since it started squealing and slipping, I may have to actually get a brand new original size belt for it. And the other thing we wanted to mention is when you take this off, of course, you're gonna have to evacuate the system. So we're gonna have to hook the vacuum pump up to the line on the AC unit and suck out all of the Freon that's in there and have that recycled. But the actual compressor itself shouldn't be too hard to change. It's underneath. There's some couple tricks I can show you when we get underneath, but there's 3 bolts, long bolts that hold the compressor to the engine block, and there are 2 bolts that hold the coolant tubes to the compressor. And then there's one quick connect wire connector here that you just squeeze and pull apart. So, you know, honestly, it shouldn't be that bad. I got this replacement. I thought about seeing if I could get just the clutch and pulley mechanism, but that was around $55 to $75 depending on who you bought it from. And I wasn't sure if I needed the whole thing or not. And the car does have 220,000 miles on it. So I said to myself, you know what, we're just gonna go ahead and get a whole new AC compressor. And this comes pre-filled with the appropriate oil in it, so you don't have to add any lubricant to it. And this was only $107.90 on eBay, including shipping. And it got here in 2 or 3 business days, very fast. So again, like I say, we got 3 bolts underneath. We're going to go down there and take off. And we're going to get a wrench so we can take these off at the appropriate time and replace them with the actual cooling lines, or Freon lines, I guess we'll say. We're going to have to, it's kind of a tight fit in there where these go, so we're going to take them loose, the bottom one first, then the top one, and when we put them back in, it'll be the opposite. We'll have to put the top one in first, and then the bottom one. We're going to have to be careful to make sure that the O-rings, I didn't buy new O-rings, we're going to replace it with the old O-rings. We're going to just wipe everything off and clean it up good, apply a little lubricant, some sort of grease or oil to the holes here as we slide everything in so it goes in nice and easy, and hope for the best. I think we'll be okay. The other thing is you really should flush the system, vacuum it out with a power flush system, and change the dryer receiver on it when you change the air compressor. But we're not going to do that either. We're just going to go straight for the whole shot here and get this done today. So let's see what happens. Alright, we're laying on our back underneath the car, and what we're going to do is show you a little trick here I just found. It's kind of a bit cool. And you got the lower splash guard here for your belt guard. And I was thinking, how does this come off? I started pushing on it and I see it rattles a little. This is pretty ingenious. There's a little plastic tab right here. You push that up, and then the whole thing pivots up and out of your way. You just push it forward, click it over the click latch there, and it stays up out of your way. And now if we turn around and look, we're right here at the front of the AC compressor. Look at that. And this is going to be how we're going to pull it out. We're going to undo it from the back side underneath, and we're going to pull it right out through this big old gap that we just opened up by tilting that cover plate up. Alright, now we're going to move our body. We got a big flashlight here. We're going to move our body a little bit backwards and more toward the passenger side tire over here, right up beside the steering rack and the CV shaft. And if we look up here, we need the flashlight. We need the light on, don't we? Hang on, let me get that light on. There we go, that's better, isn't it? Now we can show you the 3 bolts. There's one here, and another one right up there. And then bolts for the coolant lines are right up here. We got to reach up and over with a slight extension one and take those off, like right up. Hard to see for him. If you look right up, there you go, there you can see it. It's the part sticking out. Let me point to it right there. And then there's another one right about 1.5 inches above that. So we're going to be getting those. You look at how you see how the compressor overheated and the rubber bushing inside by the bearing melted down and caked up here. It got really hot. All right, we're going to take those bolts. I think those are 10 millimeter. Let me check real quick. There, I put my wrenches here. See if those are 10s. Yep, those are 10 millimeter. So we're going to get those with the 3/8 drive with an extension and a ratchet handle, and all 3 of those should come out. I've already reached up here and squeezed the connector right there. You can see the connector right there. I squeezed that and pushed that aside. That's just laying down on the side right now. Alright, the project is going along pretty well. We had to swap out these 2 mounting studs here from the original pump to the new pump because they didn't come with it. Those are the studs that hold the coolant lines in place. And to do that, I used a, they're star points, but what I used on it was a 5 millimeter 1/4 inch drive socket, and that seemed to work pretty darn well. If you don't have a socket that'll fit, take 2 of the nuts, the 2 nuts that originally came off, screw them both down onto here, and then put your wrench on the top nut after you've locked them tight together and use that to tighten them down in. Same thing when removing them in here. Put 2 nuts on, tighten them kind of together so they're close, and then use the bottom one and then back it out that way. So if you use the double nut trick on there, you can get those off that way if you don't have the right size socket or reverse star tip for that. Alright, everything's going pretty well. I do feel a little apprehensive about this because there are some small pieces of metal debris in these outlet and inlet tubes here on the compressor, and you know, I don't have, like say, a flushing system for this. I'm going to get my air compressor over here. So it's buried back there right now. I'm going to get my air compressor over here with the nozzle on it, and I'm going to blow out the lines and hope for the best, because like I say, I really don't want to take this into a shop and have it flushed. We're going to just go the redneck way here and see how that works out. Probably end up buying a new compressor down the road though. I hope not. But another trick I wanted to show you was to get the nuts off on here. Was really impossible from down underneath. Maybe if you had really tiny hands you might be able to, but going down through this gap right here beside the oil filter cap and the exhaust manifold area with a really long extension, I was able to get both of the nuts off easily. Once the nuts were off, I reached up through the front where I showed you where that access panel lifts up at, and I was able to reach in there and pop the lines off. Once those were off, it was a piece of cake to fish this out through the opening by the fan. It would have been even easier if I would have been able to get the top mounting bolt out of its hole here before I would have attempted to do that. I had to wrestle that around a little bit, but yeah, I really couldn't get it out. It's kind of stuck in there. It's going to take some effort to tap it out. So really not a bad project so far. We're going to go ahead and bolt this back up in place tonight. The sun is going down really fast here. I've only got maybe a half hour more of daylight, so we got to get busy. So it all went back together just like I thought it would. I have vacuumed it down, let the vacuum set to make sure it wasn't leaking, refilled it with R134, and the air conditioning is working again. And I just thought you might enjoy this image of the manufactured license plate 2020 Lincoln Navigator Presidential Edition, which I spotted this morning on the way to church. Doing this project myself saved me at least $500 or $600 over what it would cost to go to a shop. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. You can do it too.